Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope you're having an incredible day. Now welcome to part 4 of our houseplants and cacti and succulent plant indoor update. And as I say, I'm doing this video in 4 parts because it's just going to be so much easier for me to render and render the films, and also easier for you guys to watch. So if you haven't seen parts 1, 2 and 3, do go over and check them out. So this is part 4, and this is going to be my this is my office, and it's also a grow room because I use the extra space to store a lot of the cacti and succulents that we have to overwinter indoors because they're not cold hardy enough to go in the polytunnel. And I have a mixture of a lot of different things going on here. Very exciting. There's lots happening. I'm going to show you first of all. This is my big plant stand, and this plant stand goes outside during the spring and summer, and I have a lot of hanging baskets on there. Here's Hansi. And I have a load of hanging baskets on there, some Hylocereus, some Rhipsalis and some Chlorophytums. They do thrive outside on this plant stand, but I have to bring this huge plant stand in for the winter to store the plants in here. But it's going to get plenty of light. As you see, that's a south facing window there, and we also have grow light, so the additional light also helps these. The Rhipsalis and the Hylocereus don't like to have as much direct sun as a lot of the cacti, so they seem to do very well in this position. And then I'm going to start off first here. That this is my Rhipsalis paradoxa, often known as the mistletoe cactus because of its lovely jointed stem segments. And we still keep these lightly watered because Rhipsalis don't like to go dry all through the winter. So these I'm still watering just lightly to keep them ticking over and doing very well. It's pretty much just overwintering at the moment, so not much happening with it. But it's doing well here on this plant stand. And look at that, I nicknamed this the dreadlock plant because it looks like dreadlocks. And as those who know me, Hans has dreadlocks. So it's sort of a lot of jokes when people come to visit us with this plant. And here is another Rhipsalis. So they're very different in appearance here. As you can see, this one is very, very different in appearance to this. But this is the good news, guys. This is my Rhipsalis crispata. And look at that, it is in flower today. So wonderful to see, and it has got loads of new growth. Look at them beautiful little flowers there, guys. This Rhipsalis crispata has tiny, tiny little flowers on it, and gets a lot of sunshine coming from the window here. And it's beautiful to see, look at that. Try and get the focus on it, but I get a bit better like that. If you can see, beautiful little tiny little starlight little white flowers, absolutely gorgeous. And there, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And this plant itself is really lovely. Now, loads of buds here as well. Look at that. Gorgeous with the flower and the bud. I overwintered this last year in the polytunnel, but a lot of this scabby scarring on here, it scarred very badly in the polytunnel because it didn't do too well. It does like to be kept above 10 Celsius, which is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And our polytunnel is around the 7 Celsius mark. So it was just too cold for it, and it dropped a load of stem segments. As you can see, it was pretty bad, but it's recovered really well. Loads of new growth, and as you can see there, how beautiful to see flowers on it. Absolutely pretty. I'll probably make a separate video on this in the coming days when there's a few more the buds have opened. And then here we have another Rhipsalis. This is a Rhipsalis. I've got them all labelled. It's just hard to remember. Rhipsalis casutha. And this is very sort of almost like a load of grass, but it is wacky and wonderful. Again, we have this in a hanging basket. And then we have our Chlorophytums. We have quite a few different types, and we have a few more Chlorophytums over there, which I'm going to show you some on the plant stand. This is an all green variety Chlorophytum, and it's packed with babies, which I'm going to be potting up individually and gifting some away to friends, obviously, and also put some into the nursery. But loads there, does well in the hanging basket. Then we have another different type here. This one has the more wider, the green stripe going through the middle with the white stripe on the outer edges. So that one again is full of babies. And then we have the more traditional Chlorophytum that has the white stripe going through the middle and the green going on the outer edges. See the difference there? I'll just show you. This one has the green wider leaf with the white on the outer edges. And this one has the white in the middle with the green on the outer edges. They're doing very well in the hanging baskets full of babies. And then we have our Hylocereus, and we have 3 different types. We have another Hylocereus over there. This one here is one that my friend Susan, when I lived in Waterford, she grew this plant from seed, from a fruit, and that is doing very well there in the hanging basket. And as you see, lovely, nice sort of fatty stems as well there. And this one is a Hylocereus I've had for many years. I got it as a load of seedlings, and that is, look at that lovely new big growth on that. Doing very well over winter in there. And then here is one I grew myself from seed a couple of years ago. And that again is a little hanging basket. I'm going to probably repot that because it seems to have overgrown the hanging basket there. But that as well is doing very well. And that's all that. That's the plant stand anyway. And now onto the table. Now I'm going to start off first of all here. This is my Schlumbergera truncata that I've had for many years. It is packed with seed pods. As you can see there, loads of seed pods. There's probably about 20 on this plant. Still going to be a long time before they're ready to harvest. But when I do, there's going to be plenty of seed on this plant. And now this is actually, I'll just show you here, the seedlings there. That is actually seed from that Schlumbergera plant. That's actually seed that I took last year. That's all the seedlings. They're the seedlings from this big mother plant here. And obviously this plant's commonly known as the Thanksgiving or the Christmas cacti. And loads more seed on the way. And then this one is my Rhipsalis rescue plant. And this plant was gifted to me a few weeks ago now by my friend Jenny at my horticultural college. She doesn't really know much about cacti. She said, I don't know how to look after this. Please can you save it for me? So obviously the one half of the plant is doing well. As you can see, it's flowering, which is lovely to see. Look at that beautiful little flower. But the other half of it is all pretty much not doing good. So I've took a load of cuttings and I've got them all on the table here, rooting in rainwater. And so far so good. They're all rooting. So that's very good news. I've got good cuttings there as well, and it's doing pretty good. So stay tuned for future updates on this. But I've managed to save the plant and it's going to recover well. And then we have here, this is an Impatiens, again, loads of new growth on it there. We have Sansevieria here, as you can see, different types of Sansevieria, lovely big whale fin Sansevieria there, all different varieties. And then the brilliant news is, guys, I'll just show this in the background here, now this is a Hoya carnosa. This is Hans's Hoya carnosa. And sorry about the lighting, guys. It is absolutely packed to the brim with flowers. Well, flower buds, I should say. Loads of flower buds. As you can see, it's a trailing plant going all the way up there. Thriving, absolutely thriving in this window here. Packed with flower buds. So that's going to be absolutely incredible when that flowers, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And then I'll start off in the window first. We have some more Pereschia in here. Pereschia Godsephianas. And then we have Ocotillo. We have more Pereschia. The lighting is brilliant if it's a little bit in shadow, guys. These are mainly all plants that we overwinter in here. Again, we have a little Sawaru there, and some Marginocerius, and also Azticium. That's the lovely sort of weird one there too. Can't really get any closer with the window, and it's difficult with the sun. Here we have some Piniocerius gregii seedlings that are doing well in the window there. They're really cute. As well as a mixture of other seedlings. Here we have more seedlings in the window, and the bags, these are seeds that we're propagating at the moment. No signs of germination yet, but hopefully they will germinate. We've got the baggies on. And these beautiful Phalaenopsis, abundance of blooms, beautiful white blooms there. Doing very, very well. Sort of the blooms are sort of on their way out now, as you can see. But it's been blooming lovely for weeks. And then this is the Hoya heart plant. Again, Hoya Kerry. That is doing very well there. Loads of beautiful heart-shaped leaves on it. And then on this table, it's a little bit of a jumbled mess, I have to say, because this is where we mainly overwintering things. But we have a selection of different types of Selenicerius cacti and Rhipsalis cacti, and all the ones that are not cold hardy. Epiphyllums we have here. Most of our epiphyllums are in the polytunnel, but this is one we've been propagating from a cutting, so it needed more warmth. And These are African Violet St. Paulia, little babies that were propagated from the leaves. More cuttings that we've got going on here. This is a lovely, beautiful begonia. This one is Begonia Size More that Rachel, a wonderful friend Rachel from Garnet Duenza gifted us. And this is thriving here. Absolutely loves this position, gets plenty of sunshine. There's beautiful hairy leaves. Oh, as I say, I have a few begonias and they are so beautiful with their leaves. They really are. And then I'll just show you here a mixture of a few different things, mainly cuttings. We've got some Schlumbergera cuttings going on there, Rhipsalis cuttings, but everything's propagating well. And before I go on to the seedlings, I'm just going to show you here, we have a mixture of Selenicerius here that we've got all over wintering. I'm probably going to be putting these Selenicerius into one big, probably a hanging basket or one big bowl in the future, not quite sure, but keep them all together. This one here is another Rhipsalis, beautiful big leaves with lovely red coloration on it, absolutely beautiful. And then we have some Nepenthes there as well, and also Sarracenia, you can see there near the window, all pretty much overwintering well. Here I've got some more seeds on the go, they haven't germinated yet. And then this is all my seedlings, guys. Now this is Epiphyllum seedlings here, all what I've sown last year, all coming on really well. These are Saguaro seedlings, doing very well. A mixture of everything here, Raybutia, Clystocactus, monkey's tail seedlings, Euphorbia, Canariensis seedlings, Peyote Lophophora seedlings, Trichocereus seedlings. And I've done a few update videos on them, so this would be too long if I included really detailing there. But I will do more update on the seedlings in the coming weeks. It's a mixture of everything. As I say, this is all mainly all sort of propagation room. This is my office, also my little propagation plant room. And here is a String of Hearts variegated one. Beautiful, beautiful. Doing very well there as well. And Schlumbergia punctioides there. All doing really, really, really healthy and happy. All the seedlings. And that's pretty much it in the table. And I'll just show you here, this is one of my euphorbias. Well, loads of signs of new growth, which is good to see. Now spring is nearly here. And then these are our other big giant euphorbias. We're overwintering there. And then this is our Prescyopsis that we have under the grow light. We don't need the grow light on today because it's a lovely bright sunny day. But that gives a bit of additional light on cloudy days. And these Prescyopsis do pretty good all under there. So they're all overwintering here. And then this beautiful giant, guys. This is an Alocasia, and this beautiful plant was gifted to us by Olga at Olga's Dreamland. And when she gave it to us, it was a tiny little bulb with one little leaf on it. And the leaf dried up, and this is just grown like crazy. And as you can see, it's in a small pot. I'm going to be potting that on in the spring, so stay tuned for a video when I pot this beauty. I'm going to get a lovely, I'm going to look out for a beautiful ceramic pot to plant this in, because it is such a beautiful plant. It deserves a really gorgeous pot. And then last but not least, this is my little plant stand here. Another fern. This is like a bit of like a staghorn type of fern here, but this is called the blue rabbit's foot. And again, it has one with the hairy little rhizomes, and that does very well on top of the plant stand there, because it gets indirect light and it seems happy like that. Another Tradescantia here, which is doing very well there. Lovely big deep red undercolour to the leaves. And then some more chlorophytums. Yes, I like my spider plants, guys. This is a different one again. It's a multiple stripy green and white edging in the leaves on this chlorophytum. And then some more all green ones. These are what have all grown from seed. I think when you sow seed from chlorophytum spider plants, they always come out green. They don't come out variegated. And that's all I've sown myself. And then last but not least, this is my very, very old chlorophytum spider plant. And that is doing very, very well here on top of my chest of drawers. And this is actually Hans's old dreadlocks he used to have before he had them cut out and he's regrown them again. Crazy, I know. But I like to have it next to the spider plant. I am weird, guys. So that's the plant stand. And I think I've covered everything that I can think of. I think I pretty have. That's it, I think, guys. And as I say, there's the plant stand. And thank you so much for all of your support. And if you want to know how to care for cacti and succulents, do check out my website, desertplantsofAvalon.com. And if you haven't seen parts 1, 2 and 3, do watch them too. And I'm sorry I've had to do this indoor update in 4 parts, but it's just easier for me to render the videos that way, and hopefully it'll be easier for you to watch as well. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, from across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye.